For Comedy Hype News, I'm John Alva. As we continue our coverage surrounding Katt Williams' infamous interview with Shannon Sharpe, another noteworthy person has now responded to the conversation. On Friday, Ice Cube would take to social media to respond to several Williams claims while also giving him credit for telling the truth. Cube will go on to address three main points Williams would make in the now viral interview. For his first point, he would take on the rumors of Ricky Smiley saying he was up for the part of Money Mike in Friday After Next. In his original interview with Shannon Sharpe, Smiley would say that he was supposed to play Money Mike. Now, according to Ice Cube, Smiley did go after the part of Money Mike, but never officially went past the audition process.
When we bring in a new, comedian, we do have them try out for different roles. So Ricky did give Money Mike a shot. But when we saw him and, we kind of saw how he moved and how he was, auditioning, we decided that he would be a better, Santa Claus, which was, to me, the perfect casting. When we saw Mike, damn, I call him Money Mike. When we saw Katt, when I saw him, I just knew that he was perfect for Money Mike.
In another moment, Cube would then go on to clarify a comment made by Williams that there was supposed to be a rape scene in Friday After Next. While speaking with Shannon Sharpe, Williams would explain that he had to give the writers pushback for wanting Money Mike to be raped in the film by the character Damon, played by Terry Crews. According to Ice Cube, that was untrue, and at the time, he would never change a film story by an actor's request.
Second thing I want to clear up, I would never shoot a rape scene in a movie, especially like Friday, where you actually see this happening on camera. That ain't my style. If you check out any of my movies, they're not raunchy. We did a movie called Players Club where the subject matter was a little raunchy, but for the most part, even that, we left it to your imagination. So the only reason that kind of stuff was in the movie is because you have three villains in Friday After Next. You have Santa Claus stealing presents. You have Damon, just got out of prison, sweating. Craig and Day for the rent money. And then you have Money Mike, a pimp that treats his woman, like a property. So Craig is always fighting the villains in the movie, from the Joker brothers to Debo. And so we already had Craig fighting Santa Claus. And the only real way to get rid of the other two villains was to have them go against each other. And the plier joke was always in the script, was never, we would never ever show that, that's not my style if you look at any of my movies. So, that was never a discussion, we, at that point in everybody's career, we would listen to a certain extent, but we wasn't gonna change the movie for any actor. We do what we feel, and if it was a rape scene, it would have been in the movie. There was no reason not to shoot it.
Lastly, Cube would take on comments on his payments to actors, in which Williams would defend the rates given out. According to Williams, those who have complained about the rates they were paid were simply ungrateful.
A lot of people say Cube doesn't pay. What's your relationship with Cube, and what did that opportunity mean for you?
Well, the ungrateful bastards that would say anything about Cube's payment, you shouldn't even talk to them anymore. You don't go to a Goodwill thrift store and go, look at all this cheap-ass shit. Why don't you shut up?
Cube would touch on the topic by expressing how many people typically get paid on a full production and that most of his budget goes to making sure his films were high quality when they hit theaters.
And look, a lot of people are talking about pay and how much they was paid on these movies that were extremely low budget. Most of these guys work a couple of days, and when you're doing a movie, there's over 100 people working on the movie that need to get paid. Most of them got to get paid every day. And there's pre-production and post-production. Even after you finish with the actors, you got to pay editors and sound people. And my movies are all about quality, so most of the money go up on the screen. I'm not giving you no bullshit. I'm not giving you no low budget, shit you can laugh at because it's so cheap. So, we try to put all the money on the screen. And so any actor that's mad at what they got paid, just look at what you was doing. Look at where your career was at the time. Take a look at where it is now. And Friday has something to do with that, I believe. And
If you can recall, several actors would reveal their earlier pay on Friday, including the late John Witherspoon, who would share he only made $5,000 for his role in the first Friday, according to an interview with Vlad back in 2018. In conclusion to his video, Q would take a small jab at those who took issue with their Friday pay in any of his other films. I put a lot of people in the movies, but they never put me in a movie. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. How do you feel about Ice Cube's response to Katt Williams' interview? And who else do you want to hear from? And for the latest news and comedy, be sure to subscribe here to our YouTube channel and follow Comedy Hype across all social media. For Comedy Hype News, I'm John Ava.